you on, and the feeling is strong.
A woman who survived being shot 10 times has a warning now for other women tonight.
Her ex-boyfriend kidnapped her, shot her, then drove her through multiple counties.
November the 2nd, 2023, a 23-year-old mother named Shamay Pitt agreed to meet her ex-boyfriend. He said he just wanted to talk. 15 minutes later, she was shot 10 times. Let that sink in. 10 bullets, 10 entry wounds, 10 moments where her body should have given up. But somehow, she's still breathing. Shamay Pitt is a young black mother from DeKalb County, Georgia. Her son? He's everything to her. Her reason for waking up. Her reason for surviving. She had her whole life mapped out ahead of her. Joshua Woodruff, her ex, is 25 years old. He called her that day, asked to meet face to face, said they needed to talk things through like adults. She hesitated. Something felt off, but she went anyway. She thought it was safe. She thought he just wanted closure. She was wrong. What happened next wasn't just a shooting. It was hours of torture. After he pulled that trigger 10 times, he didn't call 911. He didn't rush her to a hospital. He forced her into a car and drove, for hours, across county lines. While she bled out in the back seat, drifting in and out of consciousness, begging him for mercy. Just lay me on the grass so I can breathe. I don't want to die in this car. He ignored her. By the time hospital security finally found him, Shamay had been bleeding for so long that doctors didn't know if she'd make it through the night. But here's what nobody expected. She survived. And what she told investigators didn't just expose Joshua Woodruff. It exposed a system that failed her long before the first shot was ever fired. Stay until the end, because I'm giving you 2 life-saving tips on detecting and escaping domestic violence. One day, they might protect you or someone you love. And if you think this only happens to certain people, you're dangerously wrong. Have you ever ignored a gut feeling about someone? Drop your answer below, because Shamay had that feeling, and she ignored it. And what does her survival reveal about the system that was supposed to protect her? Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most terrifying true crime tales. Kindly hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Shamay Pitt was 23 years old when this happened. A black mother living in DeKalb County, Georgia. She wasn't wealthy. She didn't have family money to fall back on. No trust fund. No emergency savings account that could get her out of trouble fast. She was doing what millions of women do every day. Working, raising her son, trying to keep her head above water. Her son was her anchor. The one thing that kept her grounded when everything else felt like it was falling apart. And when her relationship with Joshua Woodruff finally ended, she thought the hardest part was over. She thought she was free. Joshua Woodruff was 25. On the surface, he seemed fine, maybe even charming when he wanted to be. But the people closest to Shamay knew better. They'd seen the cracks, the controlling behavior, the way he isolated her from friends, the little comments that seemed harmless at first but were designed to chip away at her confidence. That's how it starts. Not with violence, with control. The relationship ended. She walked away, and for a moment she probably felt relief. But here's the thing about abusers. They don't just let you leave. The most dangerous time for a woman in an abusive relationship isn't when she's in it. It's when she tries to get out. Because that's when the abuser realizes they've lost control, and they'll do anything to get it back. Joshua called her, asked to meet, said he just wanted to talk things through. Maybe apologize, maybe get closure. Just a conversation. Red flag number 1. Experts will tell you the post-breakup talk request is one of the most dangerous setups in domestic violence cases. It sounds reasonable, it sounds mature, but it's a trap. Shamay knew something felt off. She hesitated, but she agreed. Maybe she thought if she gave him this one conversation, he'd finally leave her alone. Maybe she thought refusing would make things worse. Maybe she just wanted it to be over. So on November the 2nd, she drove to meet him near Snapfinger Road in DeKalb County. She got there herself, planned to keep it short, thought she could handle it. She thought wrong. The second she got into that car with him, the tone shifted. What started as a conversation turned into an argument. Voices got louder. Tension filled the air. Shamay tried to stay calm, tried to de-escalate, but Joshua wasn't there to talk. He was there to prove a point. The argument turned physical. Shamay tried to defend herself, tried to push him away, tried to get out of the car, and that's when he stepped back. Just for a second, like he was making a decision, then he stepped forward, and he started shooting. If you believe no woman should ever have to beg for her life the way Shamay did, hit that like button right now. Share this video, because the more people who see this, the more lives we can protect. Abusers like Joshua Woodruff thrive in silence. Let's break it. If your friend told you her ex wanted to meet and talk, what would you tell her? Be honest. Comment below. We all want to learn from you.
A woman who survived being shot 10 times has a warning now for other women tonight.
Her ex-boyfriend kidnapped her, shot her, then drove her through multiple counties. And now she hopes she can inspire women to leave abusive relationships. Channel 2's Audrey Washington is live at DeKalb County Police headquarters in Tucker tonight. And Audrey, this survivor told you the ordeal went on for hours.
Right. She told me her ex-boyfriend drove her around for hours while she sat in the passenger seat of her car, bleeding out from 10 gunshot wounds.
I'm sorry.
Shamay Pitt did not think she would survive it.
Right here, I have a bullet wound.
She says on November 2nd, in a fit of rage, her ex-boyfriend Joshua Woodruff shot her 10 times.
I see the inside of me on the outside.
Pitt tells me she agreed to meet with her ex to talk. She says that conversation turned violent and there was a struggle inside of her car.
He steps back, he steps forward, and he starts shooting me. My ears are ringing, but I come into realization that he's shooting at me.
Pitt says Woodruff then drove her from Snapfinger Road in DeKalb County to Douglasville. At one point, she says she heard Woodruff make 2 phone calls.
Basically asked them what to do with my body. I'm scared. I asked him, can I just write a letter to my son?
Pitt says Woodruff eventually abandoned her at a hospital while paramedics rushed her to another hospital in critical condition. Security detained Woodruff. Police charged the 25-year-old with aggravated assault and false imprisonment. Pitt's mother says she wants the charges upgraded.
He needs to be charged for bringing over county lines. He needs to be federally charged for having an automatic switch, which is federal offense.
A few days ago, the Fulton County DA said Atlanta is under a domestic violence epidemic with nearly 1,000 felony cases pending. Pitt says she hopes more people in an abusive relationship will get out before it's too late.
You see that red flag? Run away.
He steps back, he steps forward, and he starts shooting me. Those are Shamay's words, her own account of the moment her life almost ended. 10 shots, 10 bullets tearing through her body. My ears are ringing, but I come into realization that he is shooting at me. Think about that for a second. The shock, the disbelief, your brain trying to process what's happening while your body is being destroyed. She didn't scream. She couldn't. The air had been knocked out of her lungs. Blood was pouring from wounds she couldn't even see yet. And in that moment, Shamay knew one thing for certain. If she didn't get help soon, she was going to die right there in that car. But Joshua didn't call 911. He didn't flag down a passerby. He didn't rush her to the nearest emergency room. Instead, he forced her into another car. What happened next is what prosecutors would later call false imprisonment, what Shamay would call hell. He drove, not to a hospital, not to get help. He just drove for hours across county lines, from DeKalb County all the way to Douglasville. Shamay was in the back seat, bleeding out, drifting in and out of consciousness, her body shutting down one system at a time. Every breath felt like it might be her last. And through it all, she could hear him up front, breathing, thinking, driving. She managed to speak, barely. Just lay me on the grass so I can breathe. I don't want to die in this car. Her voice was weak, desperate. She wasn't asking for much, just air, just a chance. He ignored her, kept his hands on the wheel, kept driving. She was bleeding out in the back seat of that car. And he just kept going. Hours passed. Shamay's body was failing. Her mind kept slipping away, pulling her under, then dragging her back to consciousness just long enough to remind her she was still alive, still suffering, still trapped. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he pulled into a hospital. But what he did next, that shocked everyone. Look, maybe you're still not subscribed. Maybe you think you'll remember to come back next time. But here's the reality. If you don't hit that bell, you'll miss the next case. And what if that case has the warning sign you need to recognize? Go ahead, leave a comment telling me why you're holding off. I'm genuinely curious. Do you think he planned to kill her, or did he panic? Drop your theory below. We need to learn and decide the psychology of killer and their motives. Joshua Woodruff pulled into Wellstar Douglas Hospital, but he didn't walk Shamay inside. He didn't carry her through the doors. He didn't explain what happened or beg for help. He dropped her off. Hospital staff saw her first, a young woman, barely conscious, covered in blood. 10 gunshot wounds, massive blood loss. They rushed her inside immediately. She was critical, the kind of critical where every second counts. Within minutes, she was being transferred to Kennestone Hospital, where trauma surgeons prepared to fight for her life. Back at Douglas Hospital, security noticed something. Joshua Woodruff was still there, pacing, acting strange. Not like someone worried about a loved one, more like someone trying to figure out his next move. Security approached him, asked questions. His answers didn't add up. They detained him on the spot and called police. When investigators ran his name, everything clicked. There had been a shooting reported earlier in DeKalb County. A woman, 10 shots fired, no suspect located. They connected the dots fast. Joshua Woodruff was arrested right there in the hospital parking lot. He was charged with aggravated assault and false imprisonment, but investigators made one thing very clear. Additional charges may follow. Translation: they're building a case for attempted murder and kidnapping, because this wasn't just a shooting. It was hours of captivity, hours of denying a dying woman medical care. That's not panic. That's intent. Now here's the part that makes this case bigger than just one man's violence. Shamay is a black woman, and the statistics around black women and intimate partner violence are horrifying. More than 40% of black women experience physical violence, sexual violence, or stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime. Let that sit for a second. 4 in 10, and it gets worse. More than half of all adult female homicides involving black women are connected to intimate partner violence. Half. This isn't random. It's a pattern, and the system keeps failing them. Experts say black women are often ignored when they report abuse. They're told they're overreacting, that it's not that serious, that they should just leave if it's really that bad, as if it's that simple, as if leaving doesn't come with its own set of dangers. And by the time the system finally listens, it's too late. Shamay survived 10 bullets, but the fight wasn't over, because what she had to say next would expose just how broken the system really is. If you're watching this and thinking, this doesn't apply to me, stop. Subscribe right now, because the next story we cover could give you the knowledge to spot the signs before it's too late. Shamay didn't have that chance. You do. Do you trust the justice system to protect victims like Shamay? Tell me in the comments. Please take a minute and comment below. Long live Shamay. Justice for Shamay. Shamay Pitt is alive, but barely. She's undergoing intensive physical therapy, trauma counseling, surgery after surgery. Her body is healing, but slowly. 10 gunshot wounds don't just disappear. They leave scars, inside and out, and she's doing all of this while raising her son. He really is my reason, she said. That little boy is what kept her fighting when her body wanted to give up. He's why she begged for air in that car, why she held on through the pain, why she's still here. But survival comes with a price. Medical bills are piling up. Therapy isn't covered by insurance. She can't work right now. Her body won't let her. A GoFundMe was created to help cover the costs, because the system that failed to protect her isn't helping her recover either. She's left to rebuild her life on her own, with the help of strangers. So if you are watching this video and you want to show a little kindness, please don't hold back. Support Shamay. Nothing is too small to offer. But Shamay isn't staying silent. She's using her voice now, speaking out, raising awareness, especially for other black women facing abuse. Her message is simple. Trust your instincts, seek help, don't wait until it's too late. And that brings us to the 2 life-saving tips I promised you at the start. Tip number 1, recognize the escalation pattern. Abuse always escalates. If it happens once, it will happen again. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, But it will come back, and it will be worse. Document everything. Take photos of bruises. Save threatening texts. Record conversations if you can do so safely. Tell someone you trust. Create a paper trail, because when you're ready to leave, you'll need proof. Tip number 2, have an exit plan. This isn't paranoia, it's preparation. Have a safe word with a trusted friend, something that signals you need help without saying it outright. Keep emergency cash hidden somewhere your abuser can't find it. Know the address of your nearest domestic violence shelter. Have a bag packed and ready to go. Important documents, a change of clothes, medications. You might only get one chance to leave. Make sure you're ready. Joshua Woodruff is in custody right now, awaiting trial. His charges could expand to attempted murder and kidnapping. If convicted, he's looking at decades in prison. But here's the thing. Shamay's case is part of a much larger crisis. Black women like Takia Young and Mahogany Jackson didn't survive their abusers. But Shamay did, and she's making sure her story counts. 1 in 4 women experience severe intimate partner violence in their lifetime. 1 in 9 men. But for black women, the numbers are even worse, and the system keeps failing them, over and over again. If you believe Shamay's story matters, hit subscribe, because every story we tell could be the one that saves a life. And if you're still not ready, go ahead. Comment below and tell me why. I read every single one. What's your take? Was justice served, or does Shamay deserve more? Comment below. I'm reading every single response. If this opened your eyes, hit that like and share it with someone who needs to see this. You never know whose life you might change. To Shamay and every survivor still fighting, your strength is unmatched. May God continue to guide and protect you. Do you know someone showing these warning signs? What will you do differently now? Share your thoughts below. Thank you for watching, for your attention, and for joining us on this journey of reflection. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.